Hello everyone. This is lecture 1, class 9, subject English. The topic of grammar that we are going to study in lecture is subject verb agreement. Now, what is subject verb agreement? Subject verb agreement, that is also called subject verb concord, right? And concord is actually meant agreement. So subject verb agreement means that the number and person of the subject must agree with the verb in any given sentence. This agreement of the subject and the verb is called concord. There are certain rules for this agreement. Now, what is the meaning of subject verb agreement? It means that the number and person of the subject must agree with the verb in any sentence. Then only the sentence would be grammatically correct. So we need to follow certain rules for the number and person to agree with verb. What are these rules now? The basic rule that we follow while framing any sentence is that singular subjects must have singular verbs and plural subjects take plural verbs. For example, if I am saying he is a good student, here the subject is he. So the verb is also singular, is, that he is a good student. Now if I replace this singular subject with any plural subject like they dash good students, that means here we will apply plural verb. They are good students. So this is the common and the basic rule of subject verb agreement. Now there are also other rules that we need to follow. First is the pronoun you always takes a plural verb. For example, you were invited to come. That means this pronoun you always takes a plural verb. You are asked to clean the room. You sing so well. That means with you we will always be using plural verb. Second rule, if a sentence begins with here or there, the verb agrees with the subject which follows it. That means if the sentence is beginning with here or there, then the verb is to be applied according to the subject. For example, here are the ways. Ways, according to ways the verb has been applied, plural, are. Here are the ways on how to preserve meat. Then with there is a huge gap. Now with huge gap, according to the subject, we are using the verb is. There is a huge gap between the rich and the poor. Next rule, if two subjects, one single and one plural, are connected by either or neither or nor, the verb agrees with the nearer subject. Pay attention to this rule, that if two subjects are joined, if we are joining two subjects, then definitely either or neither nor will be used in pairs, and when they are used in pairs, the verb is to be supplied according to the nearest subject. Neither the players nor the coach is joining. Now what is the nearest subject here? Players or coach? Coach. Coach is singular. So we have supplied singular form of verb, that is. Next example. Either the conductor or the singers. Now here the nearest subject is singers, and according to that we have supplied the plural verb, that is are. Either the conductor or the singers are attending the concert. So this is the third rule, that if we are joining two subjects using this pair, either or neither nor, then the verb has to be supplied according to the nearest subject. Now fourth rule is a singular subject followed by intervening words or phrases, such as, that means if the subject is singular but is followed by these words which are with, as well as, in addition to, accompanied by, together with, and no less than, then they will take a singular verb. For example, Jake accompanied by his sisters. Now here the subject is singular and is followed by accompanied. So here accompanied by. So here we will be using singular verb is enrolling in PCC. Daddy as well as my brothers. Now here again as well as has been used. So again, and the subject is singular. So we will be using singular verb. As well as my brothers is enjoying the party. Next rule, singular subjects when they are joined by and. Generally we use plural verb. For example, Larry and Mercy are reading novels. So the two subjects are joined and we have applied plural verb are. But if two singular subjects are joined but they meant one thing, then in that case we would be using singular form of verb, like my teacher and friend is here. So here the meaning is same, that they are coming to one place only, right? So here the verb will be singular. Bread and butter is a good breakfast. So here also bread and butter joined by and, but they are meaning one thing only. They meant one thing only. So again singular verb. So this is the fifth rule. Now next is, if two singular subjects are joined by, if I am joining two singular subjects with either or neither or nor, then they will take a singular verb. For example, either mommy or daddy is coming with me at the outbound. That means if two singular subjects are joined, right, by either or neither nor, then in that case we will be taking singular verb. The previous rule, you might be confused. In that case the condition was that if two subjects are joined, right, and here two singular subjects are joined, so singular verb. In that case, when two subjects were joined, then they were not, both the subjects were not singular. One can be plural, both can be plural, right? But in this case I am saying that only two singular subjects, that means both the subjects are singular. So definitely if I am applying that rule here, that is the nearest subject, then according to that also the verb will be singular, because the nearest subject would be singular subject, and according to singular subject the verbs applied would be singular. So do not get confused with that rule. Next, if a singular subject is followed by a phrase containing a plural noun, the verb is singular. That means now the subject is singular but the phrase has a plural noun. For example, one of the boys. Now one is singular, but in the phrase boys is plural. So we will be using singular verb according to the subject. That means if a singular subject is there but in the phrase that is containing a plural noun, then the verb would be singular. One of the members is against the rule. Again members is plural but the subject is singular, so we have used singular form of verb is. Next, the indefinite pronouns several, few, both, many, others are always plural. That means if these pronouns are coming, then we have to use plural form of verb. Both were asking to be freed. Several are seeking justice. That means when these indefinite pronouns will be there in the sentence, then we have to supply plural form of the verb. Next, the indefinite pronouns some, most, all, none are singular or plural according to the meaning of the sentence. That means if these indefinite pronouns are there in the sentence, then we have to supply the verb according to the meaning. Which indefinite pronouns? some, most, all and none. For example, some of the girls. Now here the meaning is plural, girls. We cannot use singular form of verb. So we have used here plural form of the verb were. Some of the girls were absent. Next example, some of the ice cream. Now here again some, but here the meaning is not plural, ice cream. Then we are using singular form of verb is. Some of the ice cream is left. Next, when any of the following indefinite pronouns is the subject, that means if the sentence is starting with these pronouns. What are these pronouns? Everybody, each, no one, another, anybody, nobody, every, nothing, everything, anyone, either, neither, everyone, somebody, someone. If the sentence is starting with these pronouns, with these indefinite pronouns, then definitely we have to use singular form of verb. For example, every man and woman in this hall is a member. Right? As the sentence is starting with every, so we have to use singular form of verb. So this is about indefinite pronouns. If the sentence is starting with these indefinite pronouns, then we have to go for singular form of verb. Next, expressions of time, money, weight and distance are singular even if the form is plural. For example, 2 years. Now see, 2 years, years is plural form, but the meaning is singular. So with these expression, with time, money, weight and distance, then we would be using singular form of verb. 2 years is a long time to wait. $1 million. Now again S is there, but the meaning is singular, so we are using singular form of verb. $1 million was given back to the owner. Right? So with the expression of time, money, weight and distance, we are going to use singular form of the verb even if their form is plural. Right? Like years, dollars. Similarly, if such expressions are there, then we have to use singular form of the verb. Next, when the amount of money refers to separate units. In the initial rule, we studied that with money, weight, time and that things we are going to use singular form of the verb, but there is an exception with money, that if the amount refers to separate units, then the verb is plural. For example, 5, 25 centavie coins were found. Now see, coins, they are representing separate units, so we have supplied plural form of the verb. 100 peso bills were added to the budget. That is referring to what? Separate units. So we have to use plural form of the verb. Don't get confused. Only when it refers to the separate units, like 5 10 rupee coins were found. That means here it is talking about the separate units, the numbers of the coins. They are plural, so we have used plural form of the verb. 10 rupees is not a big amount to pay. Now here is rupees S, but it is, the meaning is singular. So 10 rupees is, that is singular form of the verb. Next, the following words are always plural, like pants, trousers, pliers, scissors, shears and tongs. But if the word pair is used, the verb is singular. If without pair these words are coming, then plural verb will be supplied. If pair word has been used, then the verb will be singular. For example, The pants are torn into two. Pants. Plural verb. Now, the pair of scissors. Pair has been used here, so singular verb was. The pair of scissors was placed on the table. Understood? That means if these words are coming individually, then plural form of verb. But if this word pair is used with them, then singular form of the verb will be used. Next rule is there are certain nouns which are plural in form but singular in meaning. So when they are singular in meaning, then we will be using singular verbs with them. For example, mathematics. Mathematics S. Form is plural but meaning is singular as it is one subject only. So we are using singular form of verb. That is, mathematics is my favorite subject. Next, the latest news. Now again, news. Form plural but meaning singular. So singular form of verb. The latest news is alarming to the public. So this was about the subject verb agreement. There are more rules to be studied which we will be studying in our next lecture, but before that you have to go through these rules thoroughly, and your homework is that you have to revise the rules of subject verb agreement, and then you will be solving this question. Choose the right form of verb from the given options. Solve these questions after having a thorough revision of the rules which we have discussed in this lecture, and you are supposed to solve this question in your English practice notebook and not in your fair notebooks. So there are sentences. You will note all these 10 sentences in your English practice notebook. Then you will solve them, and then you will match your answers with the next lecture in which we would be discussing the answers of all these 10 sentences. But before next lecture, you have to go through the rules which we have discussed, which we have done in this lecture thoroughly, so that you may grasp other rules as quick as possible, and that would be only possible if you all will go through these rules first. So go through the rules of subject verb agreement, then solve this question and then match your answers. Thank you.